Do my best to cry. Stay up to me, let me unfold you. Here I am. Yes, welcome. I'm here to do another short reading for you. Let's see what the energies have to say this coming week for the people that are watching the collective. There's a lot of wrapping up to do. A lot of wrapping up cycles. We actually have Pluto going stationary in the sign of Capricorn, but in the very last degree, and that's a very karmic degree. It's like wrapping up the last degree, like wrapping up the cycle, wrapping up Capricorn, the age of Capricorn. We're moving into Aquarius, so as some of you might know, there's going to be we've been moving back and forth into Aquarius with Pluto in the last year already. We had some hints about that. Aquarius is about humanitarianism and the community, and Capricorn is more about the masculine patriarchy and one big system or establishment we have to listen to or something. And then we also have Jupiter going retrograde, actually. And Jupiter normally is a very beneficial energy. So it's currently in Gemini, which is, Gemini is very talkative, communication, intellect, a bit chattering, but also a bit scattered. I'm a Gemini, very scattered. So this could be heightened. The mental processes, the chattering, like the communications, the intellect, the mind will work more probably, and the mind is dualistic, and the mind goes everywhere. So I would assume it could bring some confusion maybe, or doubts, or that kind of stuff. I also have the feeling that in this coming week there's a theme of collaboration, and we have some beneficial energy with Mars and Venus, making things more harmonious in relationships, any kinds of relationships. But I feel like a theme is to work together harmoniously, and this could be working together at work, but also in the sense of working together in a relationship, working together to heal yourself, working together to set boundaries, working together to learn, to empower yourself, to be confident. I feel like the theme also will be about maybe even working together to not worry about stuff, to not doubt stuff too much, to step back, to step in your confidence. And I feel like this has to do also with the North Node in Aries, what we discussed last time, or what I discussed last time. And potentially also the Pluto, the last degree of Pluto, could also be, in themes of power, giving away power, taking back your power, taking back your confidence. For me specifically, Pluto is retrograding in the 7th house of relationships and the 7th house of marriage. And in the last couple of weeks or months, I feel like this theme has been coming up a lot. I've been meeting certain people that pushed me to really step into my power, to really, not let anybody take my power and my confidence, and to speak out for what is right for me. With the North Node in Aries, I have that personally as well. It's conjuncting even at the moment with my North Node. And then the Pluto in 7th house, in the last degree of Capricorn. I feel it's a lot about taking back power, and this is collectively also, slowly moving into this Aquarian age, the Aquarian age, where there will be more of a, individual power, or the power of the collective, working together harmoniously. I feel this is probably representing also the energy of, the moving slowly into the Aquarian age, with Pluto going direct. Yeah, and I also see right now we have Lilith in Libra. Lilith is kind of shadow aspects. If you would have a personal birth chart and you have Lilith, I'm very much of I would say a karmic astrologer. So I really look at past lives and the influences of past lives. I find past lives of people so I can really link the stories of those people to their chart. And most of the time, Lilith kind of represents a shadow aspect. So this is something that you embodied in the past life. And in this life, it has a tendency to either be pushed away as like a key, something that you don't like about yourself, and that reflects onto other people. So that you get people on your path that show you this kind of hidden element of yourself that you don't really like. It probably frustrates you or annoys you. This is kind of a sign. If something annoys you in a person, then this is a sign that is something to work on within yourself. This is some aspect of yourself that you are denying, or don't want to see. So Lilith is something that represents that. And we have that in Libra, which is, we have the North Node in Aries, which is the opposite sign of Libra. That's where we wanted to go. The South Node is in Libra. And that's about, losing yourself in someone else, or being in an harmonious relationship, but also giving away yourself. Don't stand up for yourself for the sake of maintaining harmony with other people. I feel like this is a really important theme in the coming time, with all the other aspects going, and Mars and Venus in the harmonious aspect. And then, Lilith is that shadow aspect. So there is the theme of self-power versus trying to be harmonious, or the individual versus together, or being together with other people or someone. This kind of theme is very important right now, and it's also all about your confidence and your inner power, your self-love. Waiting to hold you. Yeah, and actually you also have Chiron in Aries. So Chiron is a wounded healer. It's an asteroid, and the wounded healer also, I see that also as karmic. It's something you bring from past life, like a wound. There might be the wound of, this kind of like, codependency versus dependency, versus, how do you say that? Independency. So I guess we're really working in these themes right now. For me personally, that's a big theme in my chart also. We do have a lot of beneficial energies in the water signs. Probably a good time to make art, to let go and to connect with other people, maybe connect romantically with people. Feeling your emotions, work with your emotions. And now is the question, is there something specifically that we are healing as a collective right now? I feel like we have been shifting in the last few days. I think last week was quite heavy, energetically wise. I feel like many people were kind of triggered in either karmic tendency, like karmic patterns, mechanisms, but also kind of this heaviness. There was a certain heaviness. And I feel like we're working through that still. Probably some of the collective, they have shifted already, and I can sense that. But I've shifted also. I've also had some quite heavy days, which is okay, and it's necessary, like if there's no depth or lows, then you can never appreciate the highs, or the lows and the depths are needed in order to dig deeper, like there's a theme around the subconscious. The subconscious, we have Saturn and Neptune and a part of fortune in Pisces. And Saturn actually forms this trine with Mars and Venus. And actually we have Neptune, and Neptune is also forming a trine with Mars and Venus. A trine is basically three planets who are exactly in a triangle, but they're all in trines. These aspects are called trines, and it's a very beneficial, harmonious energy. They're working together, so they're all in the water signs, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. So there's a lot about emotion, emotional bodies, emotional world, art, or releasing, healing. And I feel like right now what we're working through is related to the subconscious, with Neptune in Pisces, with forming a trine with Cancer, with Mars in Cancer and Venus in Scorpio. So specifically working with our subconscious. There might be a lot of dreams right now, and in a dream state, actually, if you would train yourself, like if you would wake up in the night or in the morning remembering your dream, write it down immediately. I've been doing that for years, and now I have like a diary, and in the morning it's easier and easier to recall it and to write it down. And I would write it down, I would type it, and then in the morning I go on ChatGPT and I just put the dream in, and I just ask, like, what does this mean? ChatGPT is great because it just takes everything from the internet and forms a quite logical conclusion. And scientifically, the dreams, they are messages from your subconscious. They're messages from your higher self. It's very powerful if you can train yourself to write it down and to figure out, to understand. Because using ChatGPT, you can actually understand why you're dreaming. There are symbolisms, and you can connect them with themes that are going on in your daily life. And right now, I feel like we are working through the subconscious in order to uplift heavy energy. It's something like we're trying to master this skill, and the themes right now in this week will be about that too. It's a powerful time to connect to your subconscious. You can also do this by meditation or making art, singing, dancing, listening to music, trying to let go of the mind, let go of the thoughts a little bit. It's best if you would go into like a trance, If you feel heavy, for example, and you would just push yourself to meditate. This is the best thing you can do. If you feel depressed or heavy, just shut everything down. Put on some meditation music and just zone out. This is the best you can do. With that, you're connecting to your subconscious, and ideally, you would then try to come a bit into a trance with the music, or maybe some drummings, like shamanic drummings works really well. And then put your hands together as if you're praying. Well, you're not praying to something, to God or something. You're just connecting your left and right brain to each other, like your conscious and your subconscious mind. So if you're meditating, you already are in this kind of middle point. And then if you would then, start dreaming, start thinking, using your mind to direct what you want to see, what you wish to see. So in this dream state, or when you're feeling down, to do this, to come in a trance and then put your hands together and just be like talking to yourself and to like a mantra, like saying I don't know, like if you figure out that you're feeling heavy because you're feeling not worthy or of something. For example, go into meditation, try and get into a trance a little bit, put your hands together, and just start saying to yourself, I am worthy. I am worthy of receiving this. I am worthy of having a good relationship. I am worthy of getting money or a good job or whatever. Do this many times until you start to believe it. It might be hard in the beginning, because you don't believe it. Subconsciously, you've dealt with so much trauma that your subconscious is influencing your conscious mind. So you want to merge them. You want to connect to your subconscious. And it would be ideal if you could pinpoint why you're feeling heavy. Or in the case of not feeling worthy of something, where is this coming from? Is this something from your childhood? Is this something from a past life? If you dive into that, you can really pinpoint something that happened. You dragged along from your past life into this life. It repeated itself because that's how it goes. And then pinpoint it. Remember, feel it. Start to connect to that moment that something happened or someone said something to you or something. Connect to that moment. Feel it in this trance state. Try to feel it. Try to get the emotions out. Ideally, cry or scream or dance. Let it go. It has to come out. I use chanting, singing. It really works. And then put your hands together and then start to say the opposite of that. I feel worthy. I am worthy of receiving. I am worthy of this or that. It's a very powerful time for this because we have the trines. And it has to do with your inner power, your inner confidence and your inner power. And this is the theme that we will be working on in this coming time. I guess that's it. If you would like to go more in depth, let me know. And see you next time.